This is a video demonstration on how to do the first Grade It project in Snap. Once you've logged in, you should see on the side a similar menu to here, what I see. Part 1 was what we did in the computer concepts. Part 2 starts our computer applications, which is the remainder of the semester. We are doing chapters 1, 2, and 3. In chapter 1 for part 2, you need to do the tutorials. The concept exams are there, but you do not have to do those. You're welcome to practice them if you want to. That is not part of your grade. In chapter 2, again, you need to do the tutorials. Tutorials are something you work through. They are not something you just read or watch like the videos. You want to be sure to do those for success in the course. Chapter 3, again, you watch work through the tutorials to be sure you understand everything that's in the chapter. And then there is one Grade It project that is graded. It tells you this in Canvas and on your syllabus. So chapter 3, project 3. This one's a fairly easy one. And you would do the start, and then I'm doing resume because I had started and it crashed a minute ago. And if you have an open with and browse, you can browse to the Snap Player. If this is your first time, then you must save that Snap Player. If it does not work, you need to go through some of the troubleshooting tips that I have put in the Dropbox on the website. I put it both on the module page and in the Dropbox. You need to go through those. Okay, I'm going to do browse. And when I do browse, I'm looking for my Snap Player. If I don't see it, can browse to EMCP, Snap, and there it is, the UI. And open it in that. And there we go. Okay, it has opened my document, or it's about to. Okay, and then once it has done that, you need to go step by step from the bottom of the screen. Replace the appropriate placeholder text with the following information. So where it says when, and watch your spacing carefully, it counts everything off that's spaced wrong. December 21st to 31st, 2015. Where, you need to type Sarasota, Florida in there. Watch your spelling. And down at the bottom, scroll to the bottom, and where it says estimated cost, select the insert cost here and type in $17.55 per person based on 1 week. Be sure you've spelled it right. See the hint? Make sure there is only one space between the colons and the typed text. The best way to do that is to turn your show hide up on under your home tab in the paragraph group. Click that on, and then you can see very easily, you can see that there's one space after the colon and before the D in December. One space after the colon and before the S in Sarasota, and so on. But check that spacing carefully because that can mess you up. Click next step. Position the insertion point immediately after the bulleted item MOTE. So I enter, and that gives me a new bulleted item, and I'm supposed to type Sarasota Bay Explorers for that one. Okay, look at your typing to be sure it's spelled right. Look at the paragraph signs at the end if you have your show hide on, and you should, to make sure that that's done right. Then go to the next step. It doesn't hurt to go slow, reread the instruction, and be sure you get it right the first time. Step 3 is to select the picture. You can scroll down if you need to and change the width to 2.5. So with the picture selected, I go to Format, and here's my width, and I type in 2.5. Apply the top and bottom text wrapping, which would be the one on the second row. It says top and bottom. I'm going to do the wrong one so I can show you how to correct it. So I chose the wrong one on purpose. You can go back to make sure that you've chosen the right one before you go to the next page. And then go next step. With the picture still selected, apply the reflected rounded rectangle picture style. So again, Format under your picture tools. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's my reflected rounded rectangle. Read carefully to be sure that you have applied the correct thing. And now I finished it, so I can now check my answer. It will give you, takes a minute or so, but it will check everything in your document, and it will come back and show you what is wrong in a report. I have 4 out of 5. I have 1 additional attempt. You get 3. I'd already done 1 correctly. And so click No to review your results, and end this attempt. Click Yes to start another attempt in the current document using the navigation arrows to view the previous and next step instructions. But you can say no and go back to the report if you're not sure what you did wrong. I'm going to say yes. And it tells me that I'm going to click on there, and I'm going to change that wrapping to the correct wrapping because we knew I did that wrong. I'm going to verify that's the correct wrapping, and it is. And I'm going to check my answer one more time. And this time I got 5 out of 5, and my evaluation is complete because I have a perfect score. Couple of hints: turn on show hide, watch your spacing carefully, watch your spelling carefully. It doesn't hurt to go slow and go verify that you have selected the right thing in each of them. You do have 3 attempts before the highest grade will be used. It can be frustrating if you're not careful about what you're clicking. Sometimes when you make corrections, you end up making that correction, but it causes a problem with a couple of other things, so you may end up with more errors than you did to start with. End of this video.